Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to the 15th episode of the Ranger Podcast. My name is Aiden.
I'm Sydney.
I'm Mr. Nelson, and we stack in this room.
And today, we have a very special guest, a very close friend of mine. She has actually told us not to do an introduction of her today. So, everyone, please welcome Faith Wang.
Hey everyone.
How you doing today, Faith?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very awesome. So, tell us a little bit about yourself first, before we start asking, the big important questions.
Yeah,
the
we gotta
juicy
get to know
questions.
who you are
Yeah.
and why are you so special?
Why are you here today?
Tell us about yourself, your accomplishments. Okay, a little things that I do. I'm the current valedictorian. I don't know if that's gonna stay that way when we graduate.
Wow.
I'm in orchestra. #principal chair. For now,
What instrument?
cello. Yeah. And what does
Cello?
principal chair mean? Oh, it's just like being first chair. But as of now.
For the viewers, obviously I know that.
See, I know absolutely. I only know that you come here for lunch, and that is as much as I know about you.
Oh. Okay, I'm glad you know more.
Faith, why do you
That's
like
what
coming
we're
to
here
Mr.
for.
Nelson's for lunch?
My best friends are here. Sydney Trahan, my best friend, and there's you. You're here too.
I feel like
Thanks.
we should tell them the story of how we met because I feel like that's always a very fun story. Basically, I was playing outside with my neighbor friends. I was in fifth grade,
which is
because-
when I just moved here.
Yeah, Faith was new at our school, and then I see her. So to preface, to give a little background, there was this house, and it was the last house being built in the neighborhood. So because there was always a trailer there, because our neighborhood was obviously new, and so we would always go in that house because all of our houses were built, so we would go in that house just for fun. But then it finally got sold, and then so I see Faith walking into this house, and I'm like, oh Faith, that house is actually already sold, you can't go in there anymore. And she was like, this is my house, and I was like,
And it was my first day back from school, or it was my first day of school, so I was already in a horrible mood. It was so hot outside, and I had to walk home, and I see these random kids sitting on my porch, and I'm like, is this not my house?
yeah. So I basically told her not to go into her own house.
Yeah.
But now we're best friends.
Yeah.
But
And we're neighbors. I don't
if you
know
couldn't tell
yeah.
from the story.
I gathered.
Yeah.
Where did you come from then? Were you from Texas at all?
I came from I moved from New York, but I also lived in China, so it was
Yeah, welcome to Texas.
yeah, very different, very different.
How was that from New York to China to Texas?
I would say the climate is very different. So in New York, it was cold all the time. It was constantly snowing. And then China was really different because it was across the world. And
What's
then
the weather like in China?
it was really hot.
Hot?
Too.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I moved back to New York after China, so I was getting used to New York. We would we would open our door and the snow would be up to our faces, and then I came to Texas and it's
Everything all at once.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything. I mean, Faith and I have always known each other. We had mutual friends this year, and then we became closer over time. But now I'm really glad because she's one of my best friends.
Yeah. Fun fact: we had AP Lit together, and I and I just didn't think that you liked me. You never really made an effort to talk to me, but we coexisted. So I'd come in for broadcast and you'd be here. But nothing would have been said.
I'm sorry. I guess I just didn't have much to say at the time.
It's okay.
All right. Well,
Things are good now.
we've learned that.
That's you, buddy.
We've learned that you're valedictorian and you're involved, with the school. How do you balance school and extracurriculars at the same time?
I'm a big schedule person, so I'm very organized with my time. So I'll take the week before to kind of plan out everything that I need to do for the next week. So I kind of know what I need to do. I'll allocate time to studying or things that I need to do inside of school, but I also plan out days where I'm if I have a club or I have an extracurricular, that I'll just know beforehand, so I don't ever go into a day and everything's super messed up. I know what I'm going to do today and tomorrow. It kind of just flows like that.
Do you like always knowing what you're gonna do?
Yes,
You
it's
do?
like a big part of my personality. Like I need like a plan. Like unless like I'm hanging out with Sydney, that's like kind of more spontaneous. But if like Saturday I have work and then I have cello lesson and then I have my dinner. And then Sunday it's like it's not like always like a time frame, but I know exactly what I need to do. That way I don't know. It just like makes me feel like the world is more at peace rather than just like going to a day and I'm like to do X, Y, and Z next. Yeah, it stresses me out when I handle that.
Guess that's fair.
So what are like your favorite extracurriculars you're involved in?
I really like playing cello, and I've like played cello my whole life, so it's kind of been like a constant thing in my life. But this year, I really like being a part of. Pro Choice Risco. It's like this nonprofit that has to do with like women's rights, bodily autonomy. And this year we haven't been doing as much because it kind of started when the Roe v. Wade was being overturned. But we do like little fun community like events, and Sydney's in it with me. And this year I'm in Mayor's Youth Council with the Sydney Trahan. And we get to like attend meetings and learn about different aspects of the city that really brings Frisco together. And I think it's so fun. Like we did like an economics one where we learned about the whole like how like money is wired like spent throughout Frisco, and it was really interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Oh my God! Sorry, I forgot. And we got to like put out fires once. Do you
Like a
remember?
real fire?
That's
Yeah.
the picture
Yes,
I saw.
at Frisco
So
Mayor's.
we get to put out fires, and then they have this like prop house,
Yeah.
and they put out a fire like
Yeah.
for us.
Like
I'm
a
gonna need to
real
see a picture.
fire.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
What's the color?
What's over there?
Red. I would love to put out a fire. Okay, so you said that you're very involved in orchestra. You practice outside of school. Tell us how that kind of started for yours.
Yeah, okay, so I lived in New York, and where I lived, there was like a really good music school, and also like I'm Asian, so like it was kind of expected of me to play an instrument.
Was
So-
it really though? Like,
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
that
like my
good?
brother played violin and piano, so my mom, when I turned like 7, my mom was like, okay, choose your instrument, and I was like, okay. So I chose the cello. So every week I would lug my big cello across the city to the Eastman School of Music, and I would do like cello lessons. And at first I like didn't really like it, but it's kind of like become somewhere where I can like it's like peaceful. It's been a constant thing in my life, and I really enjoy doing it in school and out of school.
So it's something you had to learn to love.
Yeah.
You're the type of rules, man.
I thought she skipped you.
He's out. He won.
Yeah, I've been done. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, hey, favorite class ever. That's a good one. Favorite class ever. All 4 years.
Wait, can I have like 3 or like just?
We'll do a top 3. Yeah,
Okay, top
we'll do
3.
whatever.
I really, really liked GT. It was with my two of my favorite teachers. 2 of my favorite teachers ever, Mr. Dykema and Mr. Weiss. I learned so much, and I like made so many memories, and they just made learning so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my second favorite, probably AP Research with Miss Thomason, also one of my favorite teachers ever. I got to do like my own research study on whatever I wanted, which I did, kind of the intersection of like culture and psychology. And then my third is probably art. I like love art. I got to do it, like same thing. I got to do exactly what I wanted to do, and I like it. I like having a lot of freedom in classes. So my top. Oh.
We have a battle
Yeah.
for last place. Who's the least worst? So during your day, obviously you have a lot of things to do because you're so successful. What do you do to kind of like relax or just unload from a busy day?
If I'm going to be honest, Sydney Trahan. Like, if I have a really busy day, like, okay, I had like an interview yesterday and I was super anxious. I was like, Sydney Trahan, you want to come over? And she walked 5 steps to my house, and we did our ritual. But like, I know it's so corny, but like, we literally, like, this girl's my best friend. So, and we live 2 houses away from each other.
So outside of music and orchestra, did your parents actually ever make you play a sport, to go the sport route?
Yes, I did artistic swimming or like synchronized swimming for like 8 years of my life, which I don't know if you guys know what that is.
My mom did it when she was a kid. Yeah.
That is so. But yeah, you hold your breath and you like basically try not to drown while you do these cool tricks with your legs. And I did it for the longest time. And
Can you still do it?
probably not as well. But it's what created my like immense fear of drowning. Like I feel I would drown myself over and over again in practice. And now it's like my biggest
Did you have to wear the little nose plug?
Yes, nose clips. I like, okay, yeah. And then after that, I played volleyball just like for fun because I wanted to be in a sport.
You guys are still playing?
No.
What?
Oh, you still have cards?
Wait, no, those aren't mine.
Okay, then.
Oh, that's a dropout. Yeah, we're done. The
yeah.
the
I already drew
losers
a
have to
card.
go. Yeah. So what's after high school for you?
Probably business. I'm going to go to college for either business or anything pre-law. But as of right now, my like life goal is to be a corporate like attorney. But since I am going into business, I might just end up, in a business profession, so like consulting or like investment banking. But yeah.
Do you have any idea on what school you're gonna go to?
Yes. So I've always wanted to go to Stanford. It's always been my dream school for like the last 5 years, and I have like so many Stanford shirts. But now another one of my top choices is UT Austin because they have a really good business program. And guess who's going to UT Austin?
Well, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, most likely. And I think like a lot of my other friends that I'm really close to are going to UT Austin too, and that's like a pull factor. So it's really between like Stanford if I get in, and then UT Austin. But I'm like, so I've been so like anxious. Like,
And you just had an interview with Princeton.
yes. Oh yeah. And like,
Princeton interview, casual Princeton interviewee.
okay.
Guys, I'll just visit during football season. It's okay. All right, now, you told you were involved in the Major Youth Council, so kind of tell us a little bit about what you do there and how that goes.
Yeah. So it's like a bunch of people from Frisco ISD. You have like this like. Okay, yeah. I forgot the word. It's not like audition, but like you like get like you're like selected to be in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You gotta apply, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
apply.
Yes. The application. That's what it is. And then it's like a bunch of like 30 or 40 kids from all throughout Frisco ISD. And we do meetings. We have like monthly meetings where we learn about different aspects of the city. It's kind of for people that are like interested in legislation and like it's like.
Do they
government
ask
and
you
stuff.
for like your opinions
Yeah.
on things?
They'll ask us like questions, and like we can always like we're always free to give our input. For right now, it's kind of more like we're being steered in more of like an educational aspect where we're just learning right now. But I'm pretty sure at the end of the year we like come up with like a proposal about something for the city. But yeah, that's all Mayor's usually. Okay.
We got
Dang.
hey.
It's okay.
I think we got one. Anyone got last question? I have one. If no one has one.
Go ahead.
If freshman year Faith walked into the room and asked you for some advice, what would you tell her?
Good question.
I'm trying to think. There's so many.
There's so much. Yeah, there is so
Yeah.
much. The most important thing.
To really like not stress about my grades as much as I did. I feel like I was pining for that 100 every single time. But high school is supposed to be about having fun, and I didn't learn that until like very recently. But to do like things that I'm interested in, that I'm genuinely passionate in, and yeah, to not take. It has just been really hard lately.
Well, on that note, Faith, we'd like to thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Obviously, I feel like we still have more to talk about, so maybe we bring you on again. Guys, we'd like to thank you for watching our episode of the Ranger Podcast. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and be sure to make it a Ranger Day.